Hey guys, Todd James with Responsible Passive Income. This is a follow-up video, or part 2 of a video talking about how much you can make online, how hard you have to work to make it, and in this video we're going to talk about goals, because I see goal setting as being integral to how much you make and how much you work. I mentioned in the first part of the video that in 2017 I probably averaged working about 10 or 12 hours a week. And in truth, some of that didn't even seem like work. I know I spend hours a day in front of a computer, and I think a lot of people watching this video probably do the same. And I don't necessarily consider that to be work, because I generally find my actions or my activities when I'm online to be somewhat pleasurable. Although no one ever said work had to make you miserable or that work had to be drudgery. I don't find it to be a stressful pursuit when I'm online researching products or looking over my past week or my past month sales. That's not it's not something where I feel like I'm taking away from other aspects of my life. One of my goals, and this is throughout my adult life, I've owned brick and mortar businesses and I've owned numerous online businesses, and I have flip-flopped continuously during my adult life over whether or not I want employees. I have 2 part-time employees who work for me now and have been with me for several years. They do a lot of the detail work for my online businesses in terms of responding to emails, handling any complaints of any type, just making sure that the details are taken care of and that nothing falls through the cracks. And I love having them here work, but I don't want any more employees. During fourth quarter every year, I typically will bring in 2 or 3 additional people, either in body or virtual assistants, to handle increased influx of questions via email. But I'm not looking to build an organization with 30 or 40 or 50 or 100 employees. I've done that in the past. And in the past, that type of thing might have been necessary, but I can do so much now with, I can do so much just by myself. I can make more money just working as an individual than I could ever spend. So, I really just don't want to have the burden of a large organization sitting there waiting for me to act. As I mentioned in the first video, I traveled for at least 4 months last year. If you really added up all the travel I did, it was probably almost half the year. And that freedom is the reason I'm doing this in the first place. That ability to walk away for a week or 2 weeks or a month at a time and still have income, and really not lose too much track of where you're at as a business. That to me is the most valuable aspect of having an online business. There's just less to worry about. The ability to time shift your functions. I mean, there are things that I do that are critical. They have to be done, but at the same time, the timing of those things is usually not that important. So if I have something on my schedule for tomorrow, but an opportunity presents itself for me to do something more enjoyable or potentially more profitable, I can time shift that responsibility and do it the next day or next week or maybe even next month, depending on what it is. And about the only thing that I really have to focus on are paying quarterly taxes and year-end taxes. The government is not as forgiving in terms of missing deadlines as other situations might allow. So, I have relatively few commitments that can't be moved around to make room for other aspects of life. You may be completely different, and if you weren't different, it would surprise me. And there are people watching this who may be 18 years old and think, well, that's crazy. I want to work as much as I can and make as much as I can. And I feel you. I was there myself. And there are people watching this who are probably retired and are saying, hey, this sounds pretty good. I'd like to work 8 or 10, 12 hours a week and make money to either supplement my retirement income or they're still feeling the fire inside and they'd like to make a lot of money. And certainly the opportunities available online can satisfy people at both extremes. It's just a question of what you're willing to put into it, the perseverance and the patience that you bring to the table, and you have to always be willing to learn. I learn something new every day. I'm continually honing my craft, if you will, and to some people that sounds like work, but again, I'm really interested in this type of activity, and so to me it's not work. It's relaxing and pleasurable, and it's been very, very profitable. So anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Hit the like and subscribe button below. Ask questions, make comments. Your feedback is really important. It lets me know what you're thinking about, and really appreciate your viewership. See you in the next video.